In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the built-in capabilities of PowerPoint to create an online lecture that you can share to a video hosting web service like YouTube. If you know how to use a PowerPoint presentation to give a lecture in class, then you really pretty much know everything you need to be able to transition that to an online learning environment. I'm going to show you how to do that, but first I'm going to tell you why you might not want to do that. So the advantage of using PowerPoint's built-in capabilities is that it requires nothing else. You don't have to download anything. You don't really have to learn any extra new tricks. Pretty much all you have to learn is how to record the presentation and how to export it as a video file. But it also is quite limited in terms of what you're able to do. So you're able to draw on the screen, you're able to record the images themselves, you're able to record video and audio. What you can't do, however, is toggle between various windows. So for example, on my screen right now, if I wanted to show you both the presentation, but I also wanted to go and show you something on the internet, then I would need the ability to be able to show multiple windows simultaneously. I'm doing that right now utilizing a screen capture technology. If you want to do the same thing, if you go to the teaching and learning portion of the CBU SharePoint, you can see that there is a video lecture right here that takes you through how to screen capture for lecturing and presenting. So that's where you want to go if you want to get a little more advanced, or you want to alternate between different screens. If, on the other hand, you want the quickest and easiest way of using the software you already have and the techniques you've already mastered to be able to create a presentation that students are able to watch to gain most of what would be covered in a regular lecture, this is the way to do it. So let's take you through what to do. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you have a version of PowerPoint that's capable of doing this. So I am using, as you can see down here, PowerPoint 2016. This is the version of PowerPoint that should be installed in your computer if you have a CBU computer. If you have your own computer, it's possible you might have an earlier version. In particular, some of the Macintosh versions couldn't run this. If you have, for example, PowerPoint 2010, this is what the interface will look like. You're going to go to Slideshow, record Slideshow, and then choose here. Then you're not going to see any of the fancy interface I'm going to show you in a second. Instead, all you're going to see is just the regular slideshow. And you're going to go through and it will record your audio. It will record any markups in the slides, but that's it. It does not have the capability of recording video. On the other hand, right, you can still present a recording that has audio commentary, it has markups, etc. So a perfectly reasonable online video that you can make using PowerPoint 2010. So I'm going to assume that you have PowerPoint 2016. So the first thing we're going to do, so I've just opened up, this is a random, I've just chosen a few of my slides as an exemplar to show you. So we're going to go through and we're going to choose Slideshow. So ordinarily, if this is home, it would look like here. We're going to choose Slideshow, record Slideshow. That's going to bring up an interface that looks like this. So you can see here I am. I'm a video down in the bottom corner. This is going to be recorded. This video down here will be recorded, and your students will be able to see that as well. If you don't want them to see that, just take the video icon, click it off, and voila, you have disappeared. I'm going to leave it on just so you can see what it's like. You could also turn off the audio at any point. And you can do both of these. At any point, you can turn the audio on or off, right? The video on or off. The second thing to note is you've got a series of tools down here. These tools are a drawing tool that allows you to draw directly on, and that's going to be recorded right in the presentation. There is, if you right-click over this, you're going to get pointer options, and you can choose laser pointer, and that will bring this laser pointer up. And anywhere you bring your laser pointer, it's going to show your laser pointer. You can also choose this highlighter, and this is going to be probably hard to see in this screen, but this would be a semi-transparent thing you could use to highlight text if you wanted to. So those are all options, and then your eraser right here that allows you to be able to erase that material. So at this point, I'm not recording anything at all. To start recording, I have to move up to the upper left-hand corner here and choose the recording button. That gives me a countdown timer, as you can see right now. And at this point, everything I'm doing is live, including the video of me down in this bottom corner. Now, importantly, every transition between the slides is also being recorded. So if I spend 20 seconds on this slide, even if I don't say anything, When I go to transform into a video, PowerPoint will spend 20 seconds on that slide. If I jump between 1 second, PowerPoint will use only 1 second of the video for that time. So keep the amount of timing that you want to use for each slide for the students to look at it at the amount you actually think they should need. The other thing to remember is that it's recording your audio files as individual files that are associated with each individual slide, which means that if you are rapidly jumping between different slides, it may cut off your audio. So take a breath between each slide. So if I'm ready to move on to the next slide, I take a breath and I pause for a second until I get to the next slide. If you forget to do that, it won't really be noticeable, but it does clip it a little bit. So you can see right here that this GIF started automatically playing when I got in here. So that's a GIF or a GIF if you prefer. These work just fine. If you embed video, I have not been able to get it to work anyways. It's possible you can. I don't know if PowerPoint actually has the capability. But if you do use embedded videos, make sure that instead, to make it easier, that you just put a link in there that students can follow to get to it. Or you can provide it as an accompanying file, as a URL that you give with the link when you give these to students. So we're going to move through all the ways. Now here I've put in a blank slide. And the reason I've done that is because you may want to be able to draw pictures. So this is the equivalent of my whiteboard, right, or my blackboard. I've put this in here anticipating that I want to show different kinds of volcanoes, say, to explain how the very explosive ones, right, the very explosive ones, as opposed to the ones that just kind of flow gently out like this, that they have a different overall geometry, right? So I could go and I can go back to my laser pointer and I can point this out right here. Everything I'm doing here is going to be captured. Importantly, remember that my notes, if I look at my notes, and I have no notes here, right, or all of this box around, none of this is being captured, just what is within this white boundary right here. And so I can go all the ways through, and these are some notes I made prior on my slide. I just forgot to erase these, but they're there. I can get rid of them right now if I want to. Here's my eraser. Oh, where's my eraser? There's my eraser. Oh, can't actually get rid of my eraser in this one. All right, and I go all the way through to the end of the presentation. So these are built-in animations I had. So again, these would be part of my regular slideshow. They would come up like that, and they do it just like that. When I'm ready to stop, I'm just going to go up and I'm going to choose stop, and I'm done. That was pretty straightforward. Now I'm going to go up in this left-hand corner. I'm going to close this. At this point, all of my pictures, you can see, they're actually on my slides themselves. And as a result, make sure that if you're going to save this, you save it as a different version, if you plan on using this presentation in the future for other purposes. So now what do? How do I transition this thing into a video? Super simple. Just go to File. Now you go to Export, and you're going to choose Create a Video. So now I'm going to go here, and I can choose the resolution. You can go full HD if you want, but honestly, for a PowerPoint presentation, that's just a waste of data. Don't do that, right? Just choose HD, or you could even go standard down here. I'm going to choose 720, why not? And then make sure it says Use Recorded Timings and Narrations. In the event that you didn't do anything, right, or you didn't move between the slides, you could choose this, and this automatically determines how long it's going to spend on a slide. But honestly, don't touch this. Just leave it like this, and it's going to do exactly what you just did. So now I'm just going to go Create Video. Now I'm going to warn you that it takes a while to create a video when you're doing it, that transition. So this is the kind of thing where you want to, if it's a long lecture you've just done, you want to leave it online, you want to move to dinner and then come back to it. So I've got a couple of choices here. So I can either do it as an MPEG-4, or I can do it as a Windows Media file. Both of these are totally compatible with YouTube, so it really makes no difference. So let's call it transition to Phanerozoic _ video. I think I have one called video, so I'll call this video 2.0, and I'll put this on my desktop. And I'm going to save it, and now it's saving. You can see it saving down here. Let me show you actually this. So I'm going to use this guy, and you can see it's saving down here, right? So how is it saving down there? Well, I've used this program here, which is called EpicPen. And if you go on the internet as well, there is a file that teaches you how to use EpicPen. This is a neat way of just drawing over top. This is not going to work with PowerPoint itself, but it will work if you're using a screen capture. So I'll get rid of this guy here. All right, you can see that it is going very slowly down here. So this is, I mean, this is not a very big presentation and it's still taking forever to do it. So I am going to just pause the video right now so that you can see what the final product looks like, and I'll reactivate it in a second when this video has finished converting. All right, now the video has finished converting and here it is on my website or on my desktop. So when I open this up, you should be able to see that it is a perfectly normal video and we can jump through it. The drawings and everything I did are within it. There's my drawings. Let's just jump up. There we go. So here I am down at the bottom. I'm talking. Now notice that I don't have any audio. And the reason I don't have any audio right now is because I've set up my recording program, the screen capture program I'm using right now. So there's not recording the audio from the actual computer itself. But it would have audio here, and this is fine. All right, so that's my presentation. We can go and take a look. Let's see, how big is that? It's not a very long thing, but you'll see that that is 27 megabytes. So these files are going to be pretty big. And again, it does take a while to convert it. What do you do now? Well, now we're going to upload it to YouTube. And there is a video on the SharePoint specifically for how to upload to YouTube. But I'm going to show you right now how to do it. And not in terms of setting up your account and that, but assuming you already have a YouTube account, it's literally this easy. See that icon right there? Click on the upload icon, upload video, and watch this. If my computer was being faster, it's a bit of a slow computer I'm using here. So it's going to do this, and you can quite literally just drag this guy in there, and boom, he's uploading. And if you follow through the video online, it'll take you through how to make it public and a few other things. But that really is as simple as it is. At the end of this process, you see this video link down here. I can just grab that video link and I can send it straight to my students and they can watch it like that. I can put it live on Twitter. I can put it on Facebook. I can do whatever I'd like with it. Send it out in email, but that's the link right down here. If you watch the rest of the YouTube video, it'll take you through the elements of how to do that, but that's it. That's using PowerPoint to create videos. And the end results are just fine. There's really no reason why you have to go beyond this. If you do want to see, though, what you can do in terms of screen capture to be able to add some additional windows on there, to be able to show things in real time on the internet, etc., then follow up the other video. You can do a little bit more, but there's no reason to go beyond this. So if you have any questions, reach out to us, and we're happy to walk you through the process in detail.